Alrighty, in this lesson we are going to be talking about radians and degrees. A radian is a unit of angle measure based on arc length. 1 radian is defined as the measure of the angle formed when the radius is equivalent to the length of the intercepted arc. And remember that the circumference of a circle is 2 pi. So remember how on day 2 here, whenever we talked about arc length, or day 1, whenever we talked about arc length, we talked about how it's just the perimeter of the circle, aka their circumference. So here, whenever I'm thinking about a radian here, then 360 degrees is going to be the same thing as 2 pi radians. So it's just the whole circle. Now, 180 degrees would just be pi, since it's just half of 360 degrees. Now, whenever we are converting from degrees to radians or radians to degrees, we have 2 formulas. For radians, notice how your measurements for radians will always be in terms of pi. So to convert from degrees to radians to degrees, what we're going to have to do here is multiply by 180 and then divide by pi so that we can cancel out the pi's, so that we get degrees. Now notice how for degrees here, we don't have a pi, so we need to include a pi. So we are going to multiply by pi over 180 to get my radian measurement. So looking at number 1 here, where I want to convert this into radians, I am going to do 30 degrees times pi over 180. Please don't leave it like this and simplify out 30 over 180. And if you do that, you'll get 1/6. So my radian measurement is pi over 6. For 150 degrees, we're doing the same thing. So we are going to do 150 times pi over 180. We are going to simplify 15 and 18. And once we do that, we are going to get 5/6. So we're going to get 5/6 pi, or 5 pi over 6. I usually like to write the pi with the numerator. So that's how I did number 1 and number 2. Now, same thing with number 3, even though it is negative 220, we're doing the same thing. So we're just going to say negative 220 times pi over 180. So then if I were to simplify 220 and 18, I'm going to get negative 11 pi over 9. So just divide by 2 after we divide by 10. For radians to degrees, we want to get rid of the pi, so we are going to go ahead and multiply by 180 over pi, so that gets rid of the pi's. So this will go away and this will go away. Now, like I said with numbers 1 through 3, we also want to make sure that we simplify this, so don't leave it like this. So I am not going to multiply across because 4 times 180 is kind of big. Instead, I could probably do 180 divided by 3, which gives me 60 degrees. And then I'm going to multiply by 4 right here, which gives me 240 degrees. So my answer here is going to be 240 degrees. For negative 5 pi over 36, I am going to multiply by 180 over pi. The pi's will cancel out. Now with 180 over 36, notice how 18 and 36 is going to be divisible by, well, whenever we do 18 divided by 36, we get 1/2. But then because we have a 0 right here, this is going to be, let's see, a 20. No, just kidding. 180 over 36, 5. So if you do 180 over 36, you'll get 5. And then we still have this 5 right here. So this would be negative 25 degrees. 7 pi over 4. We are going to multiply by 180, then divide by pi. So we are going to get pi's. That cancels out. Then 170, not 170, 7 times 180 over 4. Divide the 180 over 4 to make your life simpler. So that's going to be 90 over 2. Okay, so then that's going to give us, let's see. Oh, and then I could do 90 over 2, which gives us 45. So that gives us that. So we get 7 times 45, which gives us 315 degrees. All right, so let's look at number 7 and then number 10, and then we'll see where that takes us. So try 7 on your own, and then play once you're done. For number 7, we want to convert this into radian because this is already in degrees. So that means that I need to include a pi. If I include a pi on top, then I need to have a 180 at the bottom. So now if I were to simplify 100 over 180, that's 10 over 18, or 5 over 9. So now I get 5 pi over 9 there. Try number 10, pause the video, and then do it. Once you're done, play it. For number 10, we have pi over 3. I want to get rid of the pi's and turn this into degrees. So that means that I need to have a pi at the bottom, which means that 180 has to be on top. The pi's will cancel out, so I have 180 over 3, which gives me 60 degrees. All right, so this is going to be the first part of our lesson for today. Make sure that you also watch the central angles video. That is going to be next.